Hey friends, well we are starting in the house today, which we almost never do considering this is a farm vlog. We typically are out in the barn with the animals or out on pasture. But today's a little bit different because we have a guest in the house. Are you awake? Good morning, little one. Good morning. All right, so it's story time for sure, but I need to get this little one a bottle first. Because I think you're starving, huh? Yeah, you ready to eat? This little baby was really struggling with the bottle at first, but he was not the only one in his litter. So we'll get outside in just a second so you can meet the rest of the family. You have to eat. Well, still no luck on getting him to take the bottle, but I have my bucket, so we're gonna go milk Mama, see if he likes the fresh stuff. Speaking of the fresh stuff, look at your brand new little one. She's huge already. What are you feeding that girl, Millie? Good morning, ladies. Anybody else gonna pop today? Good morning, Sequoia. How are your babies doing? Can I see them? Oh, hello, little one. Hi, little one. Oh my goodness, you are so cute. Oh, you're so cute. Okay, so I have to laugh. Sequoia and Archie are both a color called Bezoar. And so what that means is, you know, Sequoia's a light Bezoar, Archie's a dark Bezoar, and so their babies are Bezoar. That color pattern very much shown through on all of them. They are like spitting image of Sequoia. So down to the frosted ears, the white poll, but oh my goodness, they are so stinking cute. So the one in the house is a boy. This one is a girl. Yes, this one's our little girl. And then our third one was also a boy. So I was really, really nervous as I was picking them up out of the hay because I thought, the first one I got was a boy. Second one was a boy. And I thought, oh my gosh. First of all, I did not expect her to have 3. I expected her to have 1, maybe 2. And if she has 3 boys, oh, it's not a way to start a kidding season. So I was very happy to find you in the hay. A cute little girl. Aw, brother is sleeping. Well, I won't wake him. I'll just show him to you this way. So here's our sweet little boy. Same thing, polled head, frosted ears. Oh, am I too loud? Am I waking you up? Oh, they are so stinking sweet though. And Sequoia has been doing an excellent job of feeding them. I mean, she's just such a good mama. She has such a good personality overall. I really love her. So she is on my utter evaluation list for the year just because I didn't love her teats last year. They're just a little bit small for how big and her capacity is. They're a little bit small and the orifice is a little bit small, which is actually like the hole at the end, which means it's a little bit harder for me to squeeze each time. And that's just a little more work on my hands than I really want to deal with. So she's on my evaluation list. I'm really, really hoping we'll have some improvement this year as a second freshener, and maybe everything will be a little bit more stretched out and a little bit easier for me to hand milk. Speaking of, I need to hand milk a little bit for our baby in the house. I can already tell she is way easier to milk today than she was yesterday. Her udder was just rock hard yesterday with all the just normal swelling from birth. Today it's nice and soft and super full of milk. So I'm gonna have plenty for my bottle baby in the house for like the whole day, I think. And for her to have that much in her udder right now with these two on her all the time, I mean, they clearly are not hungry. They're not going after her as I'm having her stand here milking her. They can smell the milk and they don't really care. It means those bellies are really, really full. And so for her to have a full udder with full bellies on her two kids, this girl makes a lot of milk. All right, pretty good haul there. So I probably got, I would guess, maybe 3 cups out of Sequoia there. And it was very much not all she had. She is still very full of milk, but it at least relieved a lot of pressure. She has really nice soft teats now, which will be easier for these 2 babies to latch onto. I know, I'm gonna let you out really soon. They're gonna have an easier time latching, which means they will nurse more, which means that she will produce more milk because it's supply and demand. The more these babies drink, the more she's gonna make. And so we're doing great out here in the barn. I wish I could say the same for the baby in the house, but I'm really hoping all this nice, fresh mama milk will be just what he wants. All right, now before I take this milk back in the house though, I have some ligaments to check because I have 3 more girls that are due literally any day. After that, we have another one due in a week and another one 2 weeks after that. And all through that mix is one mystery goat because I have no idea what her due date is. So we may very well have 4 giving birth in the next week. It's gonna be crazy around here, but I'm loving it. So let's check their ligaments so that we know if I need to be home today on alert because I am not gonna miss another one. All right, so Vin specifically, I am bound and determined to not miss because this is her 3rd freshen and I have missed both first 2. Yes, and so I'm not gonna miss this one. So let's see what you got. Ooh, they're starting to get pretty squishy, girl. And that tail off to the side like that? Oh no. Are you gonna have babies today? I probably ought to stay around today just for you. And then we've got you 2. Let's see, Ruby. How are your ligaments? Oh, nope, they're there. No baby for you today. London, I do not need all of your scratches. All right, and what about Leia? Leia's our mystery goat. We don't know when her due date is, but it seems like it's not today. And then the last one we really need to check here is Bella. Hi, sweet girl. What do you think, Bella? Babies today? No, I don't think so. Bella is our one who I checked her ligaments last year, and even though she had literally ligaments that I could feel, she was actively pushing babies out. Which ought to be my reminder that 1, ligaments don't mean everything, and so I shouldn't put so much stock into them. One day I'll learn. And 2, with mamas who've had babies before, things go fast. London, girl. What are you doing? Do you just need more love? You need more love in your life, huh? And so knowing that things can go really fast once they've had, more than one baby, I know I need to keep an eye on her because even if she has no ligaments, things could turn around in a flash. On the bright side, with her specifically, I have learned from past years that I can definitely tell if it's the due date or not based on her udder because her udder will really, really pop the day that she's giving birth. So no udder pop yet. This is a good little udder. I'm not too unhappy with that. But that is by no means even close to Bella's capacity. And so that's not a popped udder. That's just starting to fill with milk. So I know we're not today for Bella. I should say no. I probably need to stop using the word no because I know nothing. It's all in the hands of God and I am waiting on him to tell me when the day's the day. So rather than saying I know, perhaps I should just say, I think today might be the day. What do you think, River? All right, well, I've got some milk that I need to get back into the house. I need to get out of this humidity because, oh goodness, the frizz. And I am gonna let Sequoia and her babies get some much needed rest, enjoy some bonding time together, and I cannot wait to see how many and what kids we have next. So let's take this milk and get back into the house so we can feed that little one, and I'm really hoping for better results this time. Okay, so the story. So yesterday was my daughter's birthday party. It was also the day after Sequoia's due date. And so I knew well that, this is how goats work. She was going to ruin the party. She was going to make me sit in the barn all through the party and have the kids at the last possible moment. I was sure of it. And so whenever I woke up in the morning yesterday and she had not no ligaments, but softened ligaments, I knew, yep, today's the day. But as I continued checking her throughout the day, her ligaments really didn't get any softer. They were still there quite a bit. And so I figured, well, maybe I do have until tonight, maybe even tomorrow. So thankfully I got to enjoy the birthday party. We had a blast. Oswin's friends were there. She had so much fun. But as the party was starting to wind down, I thought I'm going to go ahead and jump out to the barn just really fast so I can go check, make sure Sequoia is still doing well. Well, what I found was no one was in the barn. Sequoia was out at pasture grazing with all the other goats. And so I figured, wow, I've definitely got time. Now, they saw me and came running to the barn to make sure. They were worried. Maybe I was giving them some fresh food or hay or something and they didn't want to miss it. So since she came to the barn, I went ahead and checked her ligaments again to see if she had any signs of labor and still had ligaments. Was acting totally normal, no signs of contractions or anything. And so I figured, great, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of the party. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, she'll have those babies. And I say those babies, but as a reminder, I was quite certain that she only had one. I don't know, there's probably just one in there, but I'd be really thrilled if there were two. She really was not huge this pregnancy. She never got very big. And last year, she only had one kid anyway. So all that was around 1 p.m. or so yesterday. And I was certain I had hours to go still. And I think I am pretty good at guessing when labor is going to start. And we should have a lot of goat birth videos coming up very soon. So imagine my surprise when we hear the sweet little baby cries of a goat an hour after that. So we all go running to the barn to find not one, not even two, but 3 babies just in the hay right next to Sequoia. She had popped them out so fast. She was still working on drying them off, so we hadn't missed it by very much. But oh my goodness, the girl didn't even have a labor. She just popped them out. But we noticed very quickly that this one was much colder than the others. Now, the concern with babies getting cold is they're so small, they're so new, they really can't regulate their own body temperature very well. And these babies were still wet. They were just born. And so that cold air combined with wet fur and being a baby who can't regulate their temperature well, it was a recipe for disaster really quickly. So we took this one, got him in the house, got him warmed up while the other 2 were with Mama. And then once we had him warmed up, right back out to Mom. Well, what we found was he didn't want to maintain body temperature. And so, 2 minutes probably after we were back out with Mom, he was cold again. We even had a little sweater on him, but it didn't matter. He was really struggling with his temperature. I even tried to get him to nurse from Mom. He absolutely refused. And so back into the house he came. Now I have to be honest, I am not a big fan of bottle babies. They are just a ton of work and they tend to be a little more annoying as adults. They love people so much that they tend to be underfoot a lot. And so I really love a good, friendly, mama-raised baby because, one, I don't have to do all of that hard work of feeding them. At this age, we're talking 6-8 bottles a day for 12 weeks. It tapers off. It's not, that many bottles a day every day, but it's a 12-week commitment of feeding this baby every single day. And so I would rather put that on Mama so that Mama can teach them to be a goat, feed them the best food around of their own milk, and take all that responsibility of feeding off of my plate. But sometimes we just don't get that choice. And this was one where I just didn't really get that choice. It was very clear that this baby was not going to thrive on his own out with Mama. And so into the house he came. But our hope is always for goats to be able to eventually get back to the barn, because we are a farm here. We are not raising house goats. This is not a pet to be in the house. This is livestock. And so we always want our animals to get back to the barn as quickly as they can, safely. And so our hope for this little one is, even if he won't take Mama back, and Mama probably won't take him back at this point, we want him to be able to go back with the babies and play outside and be a goat just as quickly as he can. Yeah, but we need you to get better first, and strong. So a huge thank you to everybody for watching this video. We will be back with our next one, I think very soon, with what I'm guessing will be, because I don't know, I'm guessing will be Vin's birth story. And so if you absolutely cannot wait for that, click here. I'll give you the playlist from last year, all of the goat births that we had, which was quite a few. You guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.